when I was a teen, I became very aware and conscious that I either disperse clouds with my intent or bring them about. Like clear summer, deep blue sky, not a cloud in sight. I would point to a location in the sky and a cloud would appear in that location. And I used to play with it. And I thought it was great fun. And then I told one of my friends at the time, I went to visit her in Germany. And she'd moved to Germany with her family. And I went to visit and I was telling her, I can't remember how the conversation came about. But I said, oh, yeah, that's really simple. Oh, she said something like, yeah, like you could make clouds. I can't remember how it came about, but I said, yeah, actually I can. She said, yeah, right. So I said, let's go outside and I'll show you. And she said, okay,
Yeah,
whatever. So we went outside. I said, choose a spot so that you know that it's something that I didn't choose for some sort of inner reason that I would know where a cloud was going to form or whatever. So she chose a random spot in the sky and she pointed at it. And I looked at there, and within seconds, a cloud started forming in that spot, a white fluffy cloud, and started growing so quickly that as she was looking, she screamed and ran inside.
No way.
Right. And then she locked the door and I couldn't get into the house.
That's great.
Get out. Right. So intent, we do have that capacity as human beings. But I think that this vinegar thing is more of a chemical reaction. And I've looked at it from that perspective, the chemical aspect of it. And it reminds me a little bit about how homeopathy works. Right? Because in homeopathy, the smaller the amount of whatever it is, that it affects your physical body in a way that supports whatever it is that you're healing. Right. But the amounts are minuscule.
And the smaller amount is the stronger amount?
Yeah. Yes, in homeopathy. But with the vinegar, it feels like it's a similar thing in like a catalyst, or you just need to add this tiny little speck of something and the rest will take care of itself. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I've had, we did an experiment and I know that a lot of people know about this, where you have like water and then you put a few drops of oil on it and it covers the top of the water bowl. The oil just spreads, right? And you have they say it's a one atom layer of oil will spread as much as it can because it won't mix with the water. And then you put in a drop of dishwashing liquid, one drop or soap in the middle, and it goes, right? And the oil is like, where's the oil? And I'm sure you probably find it on the rim or something. I don't know where the oil went, but it goes, it goes away from, it's almost like magic. It's a tiny little drop and it goes, and it's gone. And I think it's like that.
Could be.
But in a way that, not that it expels it or moves it away, because I don't know what happened to the oil. Maybe it was transformed. I don't know what happened to it. But it feels like as the vinegar enters the atmosphere, it has that chain reaction and transforms because it's an acid and the heavy metals are alkaline, it turns them into water, right?
Or like the soap, if that's your analogy, it just stops them from sticking. So they go, the same kind of thing, stops the whatever it is from sticking to the whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like soap.
Yeah.
So that it gets condensed into a chunk of something somewhere, not the whole sky smeared.
Yeah.
Breaks up the connection between them.
Right.
Which could be, that's related to the hydrons and the ions, the charge of the particles. Because the particle charge is what connects them. Yeah. And these are electrically conductive elements that they're theoretically spraying, aluminum and things like that.
Yeah.
So tiny little particles of that would be attractive now aren't attracting to each other because they're attracted to something else or their bond is disrupted, something like that.
Yeah.
And that makes sense scientifically. I mean, you could take one of these hypotheses and test it if you have the right equipment.
Right. You could.
But observationally, we do notice an effect.
Mm-hmm.
How important is us to be able to, in science words, describe it. Mostly it has an importance to and for some other reason, right?